Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Gonna do a review on these two handhelds, gonna compare them. If you have subscribed, thank you. Well, those who have not, please subscribe, and I will subscribe back if your settings allow me to. I know I say it in a lot of my videos. I like to get it out of the way. But yeah, I did a unboxing of these two, and now I'm gonna do a little review. Compare them. Now you can use the memory cards from this one in this one. So this one is this is that RG35XX. It's basically the same thing as the Miyoo Mini Plus, if that's how you pronounce it. So if I would have had to choose between the two, I would probably get this one, because this one has the double memory card slot right here. There's two of them, so I think it can handle up to 256 gigabytes probably. So 128 gigs here, 128 gigs here. I'm not sure exactly about that, but I think that's how it works. It comes with a 64 gig card, and it has a choice. There, let's go ahead and turn these on. Let's go ahead and turn them on. Green light. That's what it looks like. It also has a clock. You can see that. There's a clock right there at the top, right there. I like that. It has that option on there. But it basically has the same kind of setup, very similar to this one right here. As you can see, now when you go in here for the game room, it gives you the two memory cards, and the one that's on the bottom, that's the one it comes with. So that one right there is the top slot, and there's lights on the side right there, and on that side there. So yeah, the top one is the bottom one. It's the opposite basically. And then this is the memory card that this one had. Remember, I ruined this system. Everything works except for the board. I ruined that. Ripped the traces off of it. But I took the memory card out of the purple one, and that's what you see right here for the second slot, which is the top one. And it pretty much plays it, you know. It's basically shows everything on here. And the newest memory cards, when you buy these systems now, will have an upgrade, like this one here is the older version. So like when you get the memory cards, certain categories of games, they'll have more in them than the others. Like this one didn't have a bunch of arcade ones, but this one does. Like we go into, see, I like this system better than this one. I think overall I would get this one if I could. It's about the same price. It did not come with a case though. I'm just using the old case this one came in, And this one did come with a case, but it's not as good as the one that came with this one. So basically, say here's the case that the white one came in. And this is the one the purple one came in. This one is way better. It costed more money though to get this case, but I'm probably gonna use the case for this one right here. But as a review, since you already seen the unboxing of one of my videos, I showed the unboxings of the two, so you know what it comes with. But this one right here, I really like this one better, the RG35XX. Like this here is the memory card, the purple from the purple, and it does work just as well, and it does have options. Let's get out of this real quick. All right, let's just sometimes when you turn on the system, just like with the purple one, with the white one, the white and the purple one, they make a pop sound with the speaker when you first turn it on. But let's get out of that. Let me show you the settings on here real quick. Let's get the settings. Kind of give you a review of the settings real quick here. It will focus. It says battery shut down, date and time. I like that it has the date and time. This might be the Onion or the upgraded system software. They might have already installed it. And I think that's what this one is. And then it has like, it only has certain ones, say. It only has a few on there. But I like that. See, here at the bottom is what I wanted to show you. You can kind of read those or pause the video to read those if you like. Switch OS. That right there, I think you can switch between the two versions. I think they're both on here, and if you get the system, you can try it out. I think I'm gonna leave it as is, but I think you can just push that button and it'll switch back to it might have two of them on here. But I wanted to show that to you. And then if you go into back to the memory cards and go into the one it comes with, which is the bottom one. The bottom is the top, and the top is the bottom for the slots. Okay, this is the one that comes with this system here. The other one that you saw on there is the purple memory card that's in this. So it does work on both of them. As you could tell that it did play that Sonic with no problem, or started it up. Some of the games do not work, and I was kind of disappointed. Like the arcade Galaga, I wanted to play that, so I had to do the NES version and play the Galaga that way. That Galaga game, the arcade one did not work. It's on here, but it does not work. It wouldn't load. So they don't play all the games, which is obvious. It plays the majority of all these classic games, some PlayStation games, and you can also add more, get a bigger memory card, so you can put a lot more PlayStation 1 games on. But I wanted to go into to show you the arcade. This is all it comes with, and it actually comes with a majority of them. Of every one of these has some kind of games on them on there. So but I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can find it. Um, I don't think it's the vertical arcade, maybe? Is that the one? And if you push up, it tells you it's 160 games. Say this has 160 games. I guess it's the arcade, right? So, but if I go out, and go to the one, the purple one, the memory card, and then I go into the virtual arcade, then I don't have no games on it because. But MAME is also like an arcade one as well. But let me kind of just look through them real quick here. Okay. Let's do the main ones. That's 144 of that. Now if I go back out and go to the built-in one and go to the MAME, it's got 408. See, it's got 408. See the difference? So the one that this card comes with has more of the MAME or the arcade. I guess the MAME is another arcade version. I guess they're different emulators. But they have 408 of them rather than the ones that came in this memory card. So I wanted to share that for this one. And then, like I said, it has the lights on the sides. This one has more options. It has got, like I said, it's got the 2 memory slots, and it's got a HDMI on the top right here, so you can hook that in. I guess you can hook it into the TV. It would be kind of I don't know, awkward because of you'd have the wire, sticking out, and you'd be shaking the wire when you're playing it. But I think you can do that, and and then on the bottom it's got the charging port. It's got the 3.5 headphone jack. And then there's the volume, and then you got the buttons. You rarely use these. On this one, on the regular system, without it being updated, if you push the enter buttons, here, it will bring up the list of frame rate and all that. This one does not have that because of the system. Now, if you change the system, like I told you, if you go into that settings and change the operating system, it might be able to do that by switching back to the original, maybe. But I noticed that this one had it. But like I said, this system doesn't work anymore, as I ruined it trying to put the lights in that. This one does not have it either because I think it has the updated system as well. They went ahead and put the updated OS system in it. So you didn't have to install it. That's what I think happened with these two. And so let's go ahead and turn this one on. Remember, listen to it. You hear that pop? All of them do that because the speakers are, when you pull this piece off, the speakers slide. When you put it's like this upside down when you take this part off, and when you set it together, it actually touches the speakers because they're attached to this side, to the top part underneath, and this part comes off, and the circuit board goes on top of this side. And that's why I think you hear a pop, because it's not directly attached. It's like sitting on top of it. And so you'd have the, like, this part here would be right here like this, and you pull this part off, and then you have the circuit board, and then you have this. And like I said, when you put the circuit board down on it, it flushes against the speaker, and so I'm thinking that's why it pops. Because it's kind of just sitting on the board, is actually kind of just flushes against, it just sits on the speaker connections, and I think that's why it pops. But this one did it too. I thought there might have been something wrong with it, but they all do that. The Miyoo Mini Pluses do that because of how they have the speakers. So you know that. So when you get this system, if you get one of these, when you turn it on, you're gonna. I'll turn it back off. You hear it pop. I'm gonna do it again. I'll turn it on. Now listen carefully, just in case you didn't hear it. I'm gonna turn it back on. Hear that? That pop? That you're gonna hear that every time you turn it on or off. Um, that's one of the flaws that I've noticed about the Miyoo Mini Plus, because the speaker, like I said, is not attached to the circuit board. The circuit board is actually sitting on the speaker connection. That's why it pops. So that's normal of what I've noticed. Okay, and then this says the Miyoo Mini Plus symbol right here. Pardon me if it has an issue seeing the screen with the reflections and everything. So please bear with me on that. And so this comes with a 64 gigabyte as well. But this one has that option to go to retro, and then it would bring up these right here. Then this one right here doesn't have that because I think it's because it's an upgraded system. Like I said, you might be able to switch it back to this option right here if you want those categories like that. Because when you get out of here, say it don't have it, but it does have this, where you can search for a game on the entire memory card, which is awesome. And then that big handheld, with that 7-inch screen one that I had in the previous handheld unboxing and review, it had the option to search out, but it wasn't as good as this search out right here, searching option for the search engine. So this upgraded version of the OS will have this option to be able to search something if you like, and that's the difference between the systems, I think. And like I said, you push the sides, those inner buttons, these back buttons, and before what would happen, like with this one, because it's the original without its default, and it's you could get into frame rate and change that stuff. Where this one you cannot do that with the upgraded system. But go back to this one. Like, so you have the options this way to do it. And you also have the options to get into games. And then you have all these folders here, see? And this one, as far as that, I think this is the kind of the original operating system and the default. I don't think it's the upgraded version. I felt it was compared to this one. It did have the menus like this on the purple, but like I said, though, when you got in a game, you push one of these and it would come into the options and give you the frame rate and it would give you all that. And this one just doesn't have that. Like for instance, let's go into a game. Like let's just do my favorite, some Double Dragon. About that, let's just do some Double Dragon. You can see it, how it does it itself. It kind of reads it, but some of the games will not work, and it'll just go right back out. It'll load and then it'll just go right back out to the options of all the games again if it doesn't work. And select for some coins. It does have a slight little static popping from the you know, the programming note for the emulation. But now I push these side buttons back here, it just fast forwards. So it doesn't have to go into frame rate and all that with these options. But if you push this here, it'll go into well, let's see what native menu does. Okay, there we go. There we go. You go into the native menu, and it does bring it up. It does bring up the choices that I was talking about. When you push the side buttons, it doesn't work. So you have to do it that way. Native menu. See, and then you just go down and quit that. Yeah. Okay. So that's good, right? That's good. Let's see if it does it on this one when I go into a game. Let's go into Double Dragon. See, Double Dragon. See, they have the box art on this one. Let's go into Double Dragon on this, and let's see if it goes into, if you can go into the native or whatever that menu is. It might still have it that way. So it's a different way of accessing it. See, it doesn't have it. See, this one doesn't have it because this is the upgraded version of the OS. So there you go. That's some flaws and some, you know, setbacks, and maybe you can switch to the other OS with that, like in that settings that I told you about, and then it would bring up, you know, that their menu with, you can change the frame rate and everything else. But they both play the same. This is kind of, you know, sum up the video here. They're kind of exactly the same. This one has a better processor. It's a little bit. I didn't really see that much of a difference, but if I had to choose, I'd get this one, the RG35, which is, I think, is a little bit better than the, you know, the Miyoo Mini Plus. But both of them are almost identical with the same games. It doesn't load the same games that you know, of the games that it won't load the exact same games on both of them. They won't work. So there was this one game, I think it was called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. It was an arcade game. Uh, if you would install it on this one, it won't work. You install on this one, it won't work. They're both basically the same. The emulators are basically the same, is what I'm saying. I've had that issue with this one. So I know it does. If a game doesn't work on one, the same game probably won't work on this one, the other one as well. So that way you know that you're not getting that much of a difference. That basically they're the same emulators, is what I got out of it. So if you thinking, well, if I get the one with the better processor, the, what was it, A9? This is the A9. This is the A6 processor. You think, well, this one will work better. You know, this one will play the game because this one didn't. So if I got this system and tried the game, I'd have a better chance of getting it to work, right? No, that's not how it works. They both won't play the same game. So it's basically the same thing. The shell is just a little bit bigger, as you can see right there. Move it up for you. Say, this one on the left is a little bit longer. This one has more options though. I would go with this one if you had to pick between the two, or the Miyoo Mini Plus. But they're both basically the same screen. This one has the black bar a little bit lower, as you can look. I'll put it right on there so you can see the screen. See how the one on the left is, it looks a little like it's a little bit wider or longer up and down wise. And the fact is, it's not. It looks like that, but it still has that black bar, which makes it the exact same size screen. It just looks like it is a little bit bigger as far as the frame of it goes, but as the display, it's the exact same. It looks exactly the same. Um, that's my take on that. And using uh, Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. But and as far as this goes, there's your memory slot. There's your charging port. There's your 3.5 headphone jack. Volume on the left. Power on the top, and there's the light indicator. That's the reset button. Power button. And of course, 2 memory slots. Power and 3.5. Just kind of comparing them. The volume right here. But this has an HDMI on top. I haven't tried that yet, but this is like a quick review, kind of an overall sum of it, so we know what to expect. And they both play the same games exactly the same way because they both basically have the same emulators. So if you have an NES emulator, well, that one will have the same emulator as that one. So whatever system you have on here, but I like this one because it has better options, or it has 2 memory slots instead of 1, and it's interchangeable with this one. You can put this memory card in this one. So, and it doesn't erase anything, so you can take it back out and put it back in here, and it would still have everything on it. So overall, I like this one better, but this one has the options of getting into changing the frame rate and all that. This one here, like I said, in the settings, you can change operating systems, and I didn't touch it. I was kind of weary about touching that because I like it the way it is. But if you get this one, you might be able to just push that button, and it will switch it to this type of operating system, and then you can use the frame rate and stuff. This one here, I didn't really see that you could change, that you could mess with the frame rate options and stuff. It is possible, though. It is possible that you can figure it out. But I think it's because this has the other operating system in it right now and it's running it compared to this one. That is why it's not bringing, this one's not bringing up that option that we looked at earlier in the video. So that's my take on the two. This battery doesn't last as long as this one. This one has a clock at the top. This one does not. But it's basically the same emulation, and you just add whatever games you want. This is my opinion. This is just my take on of what I've noticed so far about it, and I didn't. It's not like a complete review, like doing everything, but it's kind of just a basic review that anybody would see when you first mess with it, and it plays Double Dragon the same on both. So yeah, I like it. I like it. This one here. This one here. Let me play some Ninja Turtles. thing I don't like about this, you can only play the first, like Leonardo. You can't play these here because on the arcade version there was 4 different ones. I'm thinking that's how it works, to be able to switch them. And when you have to change the button, like for Double Dragon, you have to do this to do the elbow. And with this one here, if you do Double Dragon and do the elbow, you just push these two. So you have to change configuration if you would like to, buttons and stuff, which would probably be in the yeah, the native menu is what you want to be able to change the frames and stuff. And here it doesn't have it unless I'm overlooking it. Firmware, it's like I said, the Switch OS. I think that's really what it comes down to. And then it says if you're gonna do the Switch, and it says Switch OS, it says yes or no, and I'm not gonna mess with that. But you can probably switch it, which will get you back to this type of menu with the native. Like I said, the native menu is where you want to go into to switch your options of all this stuff that you can do. Say control, you can do all the cheats. I mean, it has more options with that. If you switch the OS on this one, if you can actually switch it back, you have a then you'd have this menu. I think this is more the current menu that you would do. That's my take. But all right, overall, like I said, I like this one better. I like the native menu though. You might be able to switch the OS for that, and if that's the case, this would be the go-to game system. The RG35XX would be the one I would get. And you can and the memory cards of what however this one works, you can put in this one. It's probably why this one can read it, because it has both operating systems in it built into it. Is what I'm thinking. Uh, so thank you for watching, and I hope you like this quick review, or a basic review, not a 100% review, but a basic overall review. Thank you for watching, and on to the next video.